This is the Off Track Betting Television Network.
Hello and welcome to Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Laggett. With me is Dick Powell.
Good morning, Gene.
How are you doing today?
Very good. Lots of racing over the weekend. Thought it might be a slow weekend after the big pick three from the week before, but races all over the country, pretty much covering all the divisions.
Very exciting. A lot of divisions. We had older horses, turf horses, 3-year-olds, and so far we haven't seen any of the 2-year-old stakes races, but I know that's just around the corner as well. Over the weekend, of course, with the 3-year-olds, we had the Coolmore Lexington Stakes run and the Federico Tessio. Those were the primary races for the 3-year-olds. Of course, the Coolmore having graded stake status drew a little bit stronger field, but a lot of horses still trying to aim for the Kentucky Derby needed the graded stakes earnings that they're going to see for the Kentucky Derby should that race overdraw, and it looks like it's still a wide open contentious field.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to have to invoke the earnings rule with probably more than 20 starters heading towards the first Saturday in May. Baffert looks like he's going to keep both fillies in the Kentucky Oaks the day before on Friday, so that frees up a couple of spots. In fact, I think Silver Bullet Day is still the leading money earner of all 3-year-olds going into the Derby this year, but she'll come out. Probably Excellent Meaning will come out as well. That frees up a couple of spots, but there's a few horses, as we say in the NCAA, on the bubble, waiting to get in, and this past weekend's races may have determined some of those final spots.
Exactly, and another exciting action out in the Midwest of the country. We had Lone Star Park opening their third season, and Lone Star Park has been in the news lately with the Breeders' Cup. They've been trying to get the Breeders' Cup out to Texas. That would be a first-time event, and over the weekend they ran their first graded stakes race. This year was the Texas Mile, run on Sunday, was a graded stakes event featuring the invasion of Bob Baffert's Real Quiet, the Kentucky Derby winner, out to Texas.
Yep. And they drew over 20,000 people at Lone Star yesterday, including Julie Crone's last stakes ride in the Texas Derby. So they had the Texas Mile, the Texas Derby, lots of big racing out there, drew a big crowd. Texas racing seems to be catching on, especially at Lone Star Park.
They've done very well, and Bob Baffert has supported the meet in the past. He's brought Annette and Is It In Good out there, and this year it was Real Quiet, so we'll have those races from Lone Star Park to bring to you today. But we are going to start our race replay show for you now with the Hialeah Turf Cup Handicap, a Grade 3 event down in South Florida, Hialeah Park. This race was a $200,000 added purse for 3-year-olds and up. They're going to go 1 mile and a 16th. Let's head back to Saturday's Hialeah Turf Cup and Frank Miramati's call.
And they're off in the Hialeah Turf Cup Handicap. Auroral in the center of the course, immediately sent out to the early lead. Federal Trial comes out running in second. Sharp Appeal is down on the hedge third. Caramian is fourth in the early stages. Majestic Jove is fifth, 5 lengths off the lead. Panama City is reserved toward the back of the pack and rebridled, brings up the rear as they pass the stands for the first time. And it's Auroral who leads it by 1.5 lengths. Federal Trial is very eager to run and is now going right up alongside of Auroral. Caramian is in third. Majestic Jove on the extreme outside in fourth. Sharp Appeal settles down in fifth, 5 lengths off the lead. He's 3 in front of Panama City, and then it's rebridled. Onto the backstretch, and Auroral continues to show the way. Federal Trial is in hand, tracking comfortably from second. Majestic Jove to the outside third. Caramian right there in fourth. Sharp Appeal is 6 lengths off the lead. Javier Castellano asking Panama City to pick it up on the outside. They've got 7 to make up and rebridle trails. Half mile left to go in the Hialeah Turf Cup Handicap. Auroral has been there every step of the way. Federal Trial is right there in second. Majestic Jove takes third. Caramian is being asked in for more in fourth. Outside of him is Sharp Appeal, who's fifth, switching to the far outside. Panama City still has plenty of work to do. Rebridled trails, approaching the quarter pole, and Federal Trial makes his move in the Turf Cup. Federal Trial up to take the lead. Auroral on the inside. Sharp Appeal running a good one. Panama City's on the extreme outside, and then Caramian. A furlong from the finish. Federal Trial. Sharp Appeal, and on the outside, Panama City with Caramian. But it's Federal Trial and Sharp Appeal. These two coming to the wire together. Federal Trial running a powerful race today. And Federal Trial and Robbie Davis will win the Hialeah Turf Cup Handicap.
Federal Trial draws off to win this one by a length and a quarter after stalking the early pace of Auroral. Sharp Appeal just wanted to game South Florida turf horse, especially in the early part of the year. He's going to get second. Caramian gets up for third. Federal Trial, a homebred son of Skip Trial, owned and bred by Arthur Appleton, trained by Lou Goldfine, going to cover the mile in 3/16 on the rock-hard turf course. They've had drought conditions in South Florida all winter and now into the spring. 152 and 3/5.
On Sunday at Hialeah, they ran the Bahamas Stakes. This is a $50,000 guaranteed purse. It's for 3-year-olds. They're going to be going 7 furlongs on the main track. Let's head back down to South Florida once more for Frank Miramati's call.
And they're off in the Bahamas Stakes, and Sagthun stumbled badly at the start and is last. In the center of the track, it's Polar Opposites going straight to the lead. San Gennaro has good early speed on the inside. Lucky Mr. Mac is right there as well. Peter Joseph is a close-up fourth, just a length off the lead. Sea of Tranquility is fifth in the early stages. Sagthun moves through on the inside of Deputy Flag. Extreme outside the gray. Miner's Gamble is 8 lengths off the pacemakers. Then it's Festive Night, and the trailer is Positively. Down the backstretch, and San Gennaro shows the way in the Bahamas Stakes. Polar Opposites is racing in second. Peter Joseph and Deputy Flag are a joint third. Then it's Sagthun, who has 4 lengths to make up. Lucky Mr. Mac is next. 2 more back to Sea of Tranquility. Miner's Gamble has 10 lengths to make up as they approach the quarter pole. They're stride for stride up front. It's San Gennaro on the inside and Polar Opposites. And now San Gennaro begins to sneak away a bit. Polar Opposites is in second. It's 4 lengths back to Deputy Flag in third as the field turns for home. San Gennaro is cut loose and leads it by a length. On the inside, Sagthun is running a huge one. Outside of that, we have Polar Opposites in third. 1/8 of a mile to go. Sagthun finding his best stride on the inside. On the outside, San Gennaro is back to second. But here is a super impressive performance out of Sagthun, who goes on to win going away under Abdiel Toribio.
Well, I don't know if he's the next Canyonero II, but Sagthun, a Venezuelan bred, ships up to America, making a second start in the United States. This is a horse who was a Grade 1 winner down in Venezuela, and he's going to draw off to win this one by 2 3/4 lengths under Abdiel Toribio. San Gennaro checks in second. Lucky Mr. Mac third. The favorite, Miner's Gamble, who beat Sagthun last time out in the Opelika Stakes at Hialeah, finishes a well-beaten fourth. The winner, a Venezuelan bred, owned and bred by the Maria Blanca stable, trained by Carlos Morales, covers the 7 furlongs of the Bahamas in 124 and 3/5.
Next, we are going to head up the East Coast to Pimlico. Pimlico has opened their spring meeting, and on Saturday they ran the Federico Tessio Stakes. This is a $150,000 event for 3-year-olds. They're going 1 1/8 miles. Let's head down to Pimlico now for Saturday's Federico Tessio.
In the gate. And they're off in the Tessio. Smart Guy outside gate flashing good early speed, and Smart Guy's going to try to clear and get over. Millions with a good break today, and it's Zoris racing up on the inside there. Far outside Talks Cheap, and Talks Cheap takes up the running there from fourth, as Millions has got it just to the outside of that front runner, Smart Guy, into the first turn. Settling back there is Rushing Brush, who's in mid-pack, followed by Judge's View, racing outside of that one. Break of a length and a half. 7 Pipers is at the rail. And back to Rare Standard, and then back to Stellar Brush. And trailing the field is Harry's Halo. Racing around the turn now, and it's Smart Guy who's cleared over to the inside, leading it. Millions tracking in second. Smart Guy from Millions past the 3/4 mark by a length and a half. Millions rating kindly the second spot, and Oros is in third. Break of 4 lengths. Talks Cheap is next in fourth, and Rushing Brush, who's on the inside. Length and a half. Judge's View is now passed by 7 Pipers, who's trying to get underway. Some 9 lengths in the front. Rare Standard in the 3 path. And then we go back second last to Harry's Halo, and trailing is Stellar Brush. Heading for the far turn, and it's Smart Guy, Millions Millions now pushed on the outside to try to pass by, but it's Smart Guy still there. Millions up on the outside attempting to challenge for the lead. Length and a half. Talks Cheap is third. 7 Pipers giving way down inside there is Oros as they round the far turn. 3 furlongs to go. Harry's Halo is trying to get involved as well. Some 7 lengths from the front. 5/16 of a mile to go. Millions extreme outside. Smart Guy at the rail, and Talks Cheap is right there. And here is Rushing Brush, who's looming right behind the leaders. Then we go back to 7 Pipers. Harry's Halo, Rare Standard on the extreme outside. Millions shows the way into the stretch here at Pimlico. Talks Cheap in between horses as Rushing Brush is trying to squeeze through there. Rushing Brush now going to be taken just outside of Millions, and Stellar Brush on the outside as well. This is wide open. Harry's Halo's 5 lengths from the lead. Extreme outside. Stellar Brush is coming on, but Talks Cheap has come with the lead. Talks Cheap wins it. Talks Cheap and Stellar Brush. Millions is third, and then Rushing Brush.
Well, Millions continues to disappoint with a wide trip third here. Linda Rice ships down. Talks Cheap from New York. This one broke its maiden by 20 lengths. 3 starts back with Linda added blinkers. Last time out was a good second. The Best of Luck, who was a runner-up in the Wood Memorial. Now Talks Cheap goes down to Pimlico and wins a 200 grand stakes for Linda, owned by Team Canoni. This is a Kentucky bred, sired by Corporate Report. So this one had every right to stretch out. After the race, Linda indicated that this one would either go to the Illinois Derby, for which he is nominated, or possibly the Preakness, for which they would have to put up $100,000 supplement. Stellar Blush gets second here. Millions, the favorite with Edgar Prado, kind of drifted out throughout the lane. Prado said after the race, couldn't figure out what was going on with Millions. Still thinks the horse has a lot of talent, but now seems to have trouble running straight. Talks Cheap covers the 9 furlongs in 150 flat.
Keeneland Racecourse continued their spring meeting last week with stakes races every day of the week. Wednesday's feature was the Double Dog Dare Stakes. This is a $100,000 added event for 4-year-olds and up. Fillies and mares, they're going to go 1 mile and a 16th on the main track. Let's head down to Keeneland now for Kurt Becker's call.
They're at the post. And they're off. Barefoot Diana shows for the early lead. Pantufla and Lou Ravi are both right alongside in the opening furlong. These 3 opened up by 3 lengths on the rest of the field as Barefoot Diana has the advantage by a neck going into the turn. Lou Ravi is second, and then Pantufla toward the far outside in third. Break of nearly 3 more lengths to Endowment just inside of Biggio's Rose, and Crafty Oak is the trailer 5 lengths off the lead. The opening quarter 23 and 2/5 seconds. Lou Ravi now leads it from Pantufla by less than a length. Barefoot Diana elects to drop back into third. Endowment goes fourth ahead, and Biggio's Rose is moving up toward the outside, just 3 lengths off the leader into fourth, and Crafty Oak is content to trail as the field heads to the far turn. The half in 47 and 2, and Pantufla now is right alongside of Lou Ravi. These 2 matching strides on the lead. Gap of 1.5 lengths to Biggio's Rose, just to the inside of Barefoot Diana, Endowment, and Crafty Oak, who still trails, but only 4 lengths from the front. They're moving on the far turn. Lou Ravi continues to lead it by 3/4 of a length to Pantufla. Biggio's Rose still over 2 lengths away in third. She's toward the inside. Barefoot Diana, then Crafty Oak, and Endowment the trailer as they move off the far turn. And Lou Ravi now has the lead by 3 lengths suddenly as Pantufla has lost ground in second. Biggio's Rose is still third, and the leader is moving by the 16th pole. It is Lou Ravi who leads it by 2.5 to Pantufla and Biggio's Rose. The Double Dog Dare to Lou Ravi.
Lou Ravi, a very good AP Indy filly, has been kind of right below the top fillies of mares in America. Goes wire to wire here as the 7 to 10 favorite with Willie Martinez. This one's owned by Yoshio Fujita, trained by Carl Bowman. This AP Indy filly was bred by Wayne Leister in Kentucky. She's a good, solid horse who just seems to be getting better and better and might be ready to take on the top horses in the division, namely Banshee Breeze. Pantufla with Shane Sellers gets second. Biagio's Rose, the New York bred, ships down there, runs third with Georgie Chavez in the irons. Lou Ravi covers the 1 mile and a 16th at Keeneland in a very fast 1:41 and 1/5.
On Thursday, the featured event, the Palisades Stakes. This is a $100,000 added event for fillies, 3-year-old fillies, in fact, going 1 1/8 miles, this time on the turf course. Let's head back down to Keeneland for Kurt Becker's call of the Palisades.
They're at the post. And they're off. Silver Chance is away in good order toward the inside, along with Riviera Colleen, but now Wild Heart Dancing moves up from the far outside to get the lead as they move by the stands for the first time. Wild Heart Dancing gets clear by 1.5 lengths now as Silver Chance goes second. On the inside of Personal Advice, and Perfect Sting will be caught out wide, heading on to the first turn out in the center of the course in the 4th position. Riviera Colleen settles back into the 5th spot now as they continue a 4-way scramble up front. Further back in the pack, Secret Partner is nearly 5 lengths off the lead. Pico Tenerife will flank her and starts moving up as they enter the back stretch. Then Shamrock Creek and Suffragette, who is the trailer, the opening quarter, 23-1. Wild Heart Dancing leads at 3/4 of a length to Silver Chance, who's second, 1.5 lengths. Perfect Sting is third. Riviera Colleen moves up the inside from 4th into 3rd, just 2 lengths off the leader. Pico Tenerife stays toward the outside, still 4 lengths from the front. Then Secret Partner comes next at the entry to the far turn. Suffragette, Personal Advice, and Shamrock Creek. The half in 47-1. Wild Heart Dancing leads it by 1 length. Riviera Colleen changes lanes to the outside now to challenge the leader. Secret Partner stays toward the inside in 3rd, moving by the quarter pole. Pico Tenerife will have to go to the center of the course. She's still 4 lengths away, and Wild Heart Dancing clings to the lead, coming to the 8th pole in the Palisades. Wild Heart Dancing chased by Riviera Colleen, and then after that is Perfect Sting and Pico Tenerife coming to the line. Riviera Colleen, a final try at Wild Heart Dancing, and at the finish it'll be close, but Wild Heart Dancing hangs on to win it.
Wild Heart Dancing, another wire-to-wire winner for Chavez down at Keeneland. This is not something you see very often at Keeneland. The turf course usually favors closers, but Chavez puts Wild Heart Dancing in front, and he's going to guide this 3-year-old daughter of Farm Away, a Florida-bred daughter of Farm Away, to a neck victory over the late closing Riviera Colleen. Suffragette and Dean Cutts checks in 3rd at 50-1. The favorite, Pico Tenerife, just stumbles at the half-mile pole, as you saw with Jerry Bailey. Never really recovered. Finishes 7th in the running. This one is owned by the My Jolie stable, trained by Bobby Barbera. Going to cover the 9 furlongs on the yielding turf course in 1:49 3/5.
Saturday's feature at Keeneland was the Forerunner Stakes. This is the male counterpart of the Palisades from the day before. It's 3-year-old colts going 1 1/8 miles for a $100,000 purse. Let's head back down to Keeneland for Friday's call of the Forerunner Stakes.
And they're off in the LG&E Energy Forerunner. Time Bandit broke alertly from the inside, and here's Matty D moving up from the center of the course to challenge for the early lead as Senior Fizz comes out running in 3rd, and Dawn Flies By moves up past some of the inside traffic in the early going. Time Bandit will have the lead, however, by a neck. Matty D is alongside in 2nd. Dawn Flies By is 3rd. Then Senior Fizz toward the inside in 4th. Make Your Mark is next against the inside rail, running in 5th position, just 4 lengths off the lead. Dropner is toward the outside of horses, then Marquette, who's 5 from the front. Good Night is 6 lengths off the leaders, then a gap of 5 more to Middleworth Bay, and Monkey Puzzle is last. 22-4. The time for the opening quarter, and up front Matty D is challenging Time Bandit along with Dawn Flies By, who moves up in the center of the course. Marquette is now 4th, 1.5 lengths off the leader. Time Bandit leads it by a neck. Dawn Flies By, Matty D now 3rd, and then Senior Fizz on the inside as Marquette now rallies back from the outside and regains the 3rd spot. Good Night will go wide at the entry to the far turn, still 4 lengths off the lead, but moving up after 6 furlongs in 12-1. Time Bandit and Marquette, along with Dawn Flies By. These three about to be joined by Good Night and Senior Fizz as they move by the quarter pole. Into the stretch of the LG&E Energy Forerunner, and Marquette is coming forward on the outside for a 2-length lead at the 8th pole. Then Good Night, who is still in the 2nd spot. Into the final 16th, Marquette now has a widening 3.5 length advantage back to Good Night, a scramble for 3rd, and at the line it is Marquette in front.
Well, the turf firmed up overnight, and Marquette comes from off the pace with Jerry Bailey as the second choice in the betting, is just going to dominate this race by 5 lengths. 3-year-old son of Spectacular Bid, bred in Florida by J.R. Kavanaugh, owned by Marguerite Kavanaugh. Just a dominant winner here, though, even though the turf is listed as firm. Obviously still a little spongy from the rain the day before. Checking in second, Good Night with Shane Sellers, went off the 8-5 favorite. Senior Fizz and Chavez checks in for 3rd. The winner is going to cover the 9 furlongs on the firm turf in 1:48 3/5.
Saturday's feature race at Keeneland was the Beaumont Stakes. This is a Grade 2 event for fillies, 3-year-old fillies sprinting this time, going 7 furlongs. The purse available, $125,000 added. Let's head back down to Keeneland for Kurt Becker's call of Saturday's Beaumont Stakes.
And they're off. Golden Temper and Secret Hills are away quickly for the lead. Swinging on Ice moves up with Confessional, who's there toward the far outside. And Confessional comes forward to get the lead from Secret Hills, Swinging on Ice, and Golden Temper, who's now 4th on the inside. Then a gap of some 3 lengths to Appealing Filly. Remuda next to last on the outside. And then after that, Don't Fight the Devil, who is the trailer. 22-2 for the opening quarter. Up front, Confessional still in a tussle for the lead with Secret Hills, who's a stubborn foe on the inside, and Secret Hills gets the advantage now by just a neck heading onto the far turn. Confessional goes 2nd by nearly 4 lengths. Swinging on Ice is 3rd by 1.5 lengths. Then Appealing Filly on the outside of Golden Temper, another margin of 3. Back to Don't Fight the Devil and Remuda, 44 4/5 seconds the time for the half, and Secret Hills is still on the lead. Confessional is now 2 lengths away. Swinging on Ice moves up from 3rd, and Appealing Filly is 4th on the far outside, and Confessional is dropping back through the field as Secret Hills is chased by Swinging on Ice, who's coming on the outside. She's 1 length away, and they're in the final furlong. Swinging on Ice keeps moving to catch Secret Hills for the lead in the closing strides, and the Grade 2 Beaumont goes to Swinging on Ice.
Swinging on Ice stays undefeated in only her 3rd start. She's now a Grade 2 stakes winner. Stalking the early pace set by Secret Hills. Alvarado said, you know, he was kind of modest about it. He said, I felt I could have taken the lead any time I wanted. He finally did in a stretch and drew off to win by 2. Secret Hills hangs in for 2nd with Brian Peck. Appealing Filly, another Chavez horse down in Kentucky, getting into the money for 3rd. The winner, owned and bred by Don Amos, trained by Josie Carroll. This is a Canadian bred up in Ontario, a daughter of the good Sadler's Well stallion El Prado, and it's covered as 7.5 furlongs. This is the Beard course, 7 furlongs and I believe 184 yards, and a good time, 1:25 3/5 seconds.
We are going to take a brief break now, and when we come back, we'll complete the Keeneland racing from the weekend. We're also going to take a look out west at some of the racing that was going on in Texas and California. Please stay with us.
There's no feeling quite like having your picture taken in the winner's circle. But owning a racehorse can be a very risky investment. That's where the New York Breeding and Racing Program comes in. Now with $32 million annually in purses and incentives for registered New York breds.
You got a family sport, you got something you really thoroughly enjoy, and you have a chance to really hit it big and get lucky.
If you put your money in a CD, boring. You got a racehorse. It's just a lot of enthusiasm, and it's an experience that you won't never forget.
It is the greatest thrill. It's the thrill of a lifetime.
So invest in the thrill of owning a New York bred. They start with an advantage.
Welcome back. On Sunday at Keeneland Racecourse, they featured the Coolmore Lexington. This is a Grade 2 event. 3-year-olds running for a $325,000 purse. A lot of 3-year-olds in here looking for that graded stakes earnings here, going 1 1/16. Let's head down to Keeneland for Sunday's Coolmore Lexington Stakes.
And they're off in the Coolmore Lexington. Texas Glitter, Yankee Victor, and Throw the Book at him from the outside, all coming forward in the opening strides to go to the front. Texas Glitter quickly gets over next to the rail, leading Yankee Victor by less than a length. Lucky Roberto goes third. Walk That Walk is next in between horses. Throw the Book at him goes fifth on the far outside. Then Charismatic and Finder's Gold, who's toward the center of the pack on the outside, 6 lengths off the leader. Epic Honor had a ground-saving trip around the first turn. Successful appeal. Then Grits and Hard Toast on the far outside, 10 lengths off the lead. Zanetti is next to last, and Shake Me, Wake Me is the trailer, 23-1, the time for the first quarter. Texas Glitter leads it by 3/4 of a length, and now Yankee Victor is inching forward on the outside in second. Charismatic and Lucky Roberto come next, just over 2 lengths off the leader, and Epic Honor is moving up down toward the inside in fifth, up within 2 lengths of the lead as well. Finder's Gold toward the outside is 3 lengths away and starting to move up on the far turn. Yankee Victor on the outside puts ahead in front midway on the turn, and Texas Glitter is second by 1.5 lengths to Charismatic. Epic Honor is fourth on the inside of Finder's Gold, who's still over 4 lengths off the lead. 6 furlongs and 10-3. They move off the far turn. Yankee Victor and Charismatic on the outside have gotten by Texas Glitter, and Finder's Gold and Epic Honor still have 3.5 lengths to make up as Charismatic strides forward in the final furlong and wrestles the lead away from Yankee Victor. Coming to the line in the Coolmore Lexington is going to be Charismatic in front.
Well, it looks like Charismatic has run himself into the Kentucky Derby with a nice 2.5 length win here. You see him in the colors there of Bob and Beverly Lewis, but unlike Silver Charm and many of an Exploit, this one is trained by their former trainer, Wayne Lucas, who got the Lewises going with Serena's Song 4 or 5 years ago. Charismatic is a 3-year-old son of Summer Squirrel, bred by Parish Hill Farm. Just a real nice effort here with Jerry Bailey. He was able to save ground. First turn tucked in, ran between horses, made the nice move around the far turn, running down a very game Yankee Victor who hangs on for the place. Finder's Gold from the Bob Baffert barn rallies late and wide. Baffert indicated after the race he was hoping the horse would be a little closer to the pace. Instead, he was farther back, but Finder's Gold still runs well to get third. The favorite at 7-2, to show you how wide open this race was, the favorite was 7-2, and it was Texas Glitter, who you saw out in front, but failed miserably in his 2-turn debut. They covered the 1/16 in stakes record time, 1:41 flat.
Also run on Sunday, the Spinning World Stakes. This race overdrew and was run in 2 divisions. It's a $50,000 added race for 3-year-olds and up. Fillies and mares going 5.5 furlongs over the turf course. Let's head back down to Keeneland for the first division of the Spinning World Stakes.
They're at the post, and they're off. Storm and Hannah shows for the lead. Beauty Brush is there to the inside. Aerial Delight comes out running in third. Then Lavender. Peaks Mill on the far outside is next. Moving up along with Taft, Lil Queen, and Annie's Apple is the early trailer, 4 lengths off the lead. Beauty Brush has the advantage up front by a 1/2 length to Storm and Hannah, who goes second, 1.5 lengths. Then Aerial Delight, Lavender, fourth on the outside, just over 2 lengths off the leader and losing some ground on the far turn, 21-3, the time for the first quarter. And Beauty Brush continues to lead it at the quarter pole by 2 lengths. Aerial Delight now goes to second, past Storm and Hannah. Annie's Apple is fourth, and they're into the stretch. Beauty Brush still has the lead with Aerial Delight 2 lengths away in second, then a long way back to Annie's Apple and Storm and Hannah. Final furlong, Aerial Delight kicks in on the outside. Beauty Brush tries to respond, still leads it, and then Annie's Apple in third. Beauty Brush chased by Aerial Delight. Here's the line. Aerial Delight gets up.
These turf sprints are always a lot of fun. Randy Romero runs down Beauty Brush in the deep stretch to win this one by a head. The winner is a daughter of Quick Dip, 7-year-old daughter of Quick Dip. This one's been around a while, but still a hard-knocking filly, especially on the grass. Beauty Brush hangs on for second with Willie Martinez. Annie's Apple and Tracy Hebert check in third. The winner was trained by Ron Taylor, owned by Dwight Menser. Bred in Georgia by Lanny Drew. We don't see many Georgia breds winning stake races at Keeneland. Going to cover the 5.5 furlongs in 102.62.
Next, we're going to head back to Keeneland for the second division of the Spinning World, run just shortly later on the course. Let's head back down to Keeneland now for Kurt Becker's call of Division 2 of the Spinning World.
And they're off. Incredible Revenge comes out for the lead. Steal a Heart is right there on the outside, and Winnie Jones comes away in third and now moves up to challenge the front two. Then a gap of nearly 3 lengths to Marvelous Silver, who is joined by Wishful Legacy on the outside and Casco Passage against the rail. Then Fleeting Honey and Storm Alert, who is last, 10 lengths off the lead. 21-1 the time for the first quarter. Winnie Jones and Steal a Heart are stride for stride around the far turn, and Incredible Revenge is just a neck behind them in third as they move by the quarter pole. Steal a Heart on the far outside. Winnie Jones is there, and now Incredible Revenge changes lanes to the center of the course, still 2 lengths away in third as they come to the final furlong in the Spinning World. Steal a Heart, a 2-length lead, and Incredible Revenge is second, with Fleeting Honey going to third on the far outside. Fleeting Honey is coming on late, and she's coming fast. Incredible Revenge and Storm Alert. Storm Alert is coming quickest of all. Storm Alert gets up to win it.
Well, here's another Storm Cat. This one's Storm Alert with Francisco Torres rallying from far back to win this one by a half length over another closer, Fleeting Honey. Steal a Heart, who had a good lead in the stretch, wasn't able to hang on with Craig Perret, does check in third here. The winner, a Storm Cat, bred by Will Farish, owned by G. Watts Humphrey, trained by Rusty Arnold, and ridden by Francisco Torres. Covers the 5.5 furlongs in the exact same time as the other division. We have it listed there, 102 and 3, but the hundredths of a second time, 102.62, exactly the same as the first division.
We're going to head out to Texas next, to Lone Star Park, where we've got the first Texas Mile that has a graded status. This is a Grade 3 event. First time a graded stakes race has been run in Texas. $250,000 guaranteed purse. It's 3-year-olds and up, going 1 mile. Let's head out to Lone Star Park now for the call of the Texas Mile.
And they're off in the Texas Mile. An awkward beginning for Houston Slew, a fast beginning though for Little Bit Lively. Alan Zupas coming up on the far outside, and Our Town in the blue cap is a ground-saving third, a length in front of Mocha Express. Real Quiet, the Derby winner, is outside of Mocha Express, 4 lengths from the front runner, Little Bit Lively, then 3 more to Family Calling, and a stretch of 5 more lengths back to Houston Slew, and Bee Boppin' Baby is last. The opening quarter went in 24 seconds flat, and it's Little Bit Lively at the head of affairs. Little Bit Lively in front by a length and a half to Alan Zoop, and those two are racing 4 lengths in front of Our Town, the long shot third. Real Quiet is now up into third. Our Town is dropped back in fourth. Mocha Express is 1 off the rail, fifth. Then comes Family Calling. Farther back is Houston Slew, and Bee Boppin' Baby trails. The half mile went in 47 1/5 seconds. 3 furlongs to go in the Texas Mile. Little Bit Lively is still there. There goes Real Quiet now. Real Quiet coming up after Little Bit Lively. Alan Zoop is between those two, running third. Mocha Express is in a hard drive fourth. Family Calling, Our Town, Houston Slew, and Bee Boppin' Baby is last of all at the top of the stretch in the Texas Mile. And it's Real Quiet who turns for home in front, while just lugging in, Little Bit Lively is digging down. Final furlong, Little Bit Lively back in front of Real Quiet at the 16th pole. Alan Zoop is running third. Little Bit Lively, Real Quiet, running hard. Little Bit Lively back to defend his crown, and he wins the Texas Mile.
Little Bit Lively and Carlos Gonzalez, a game winner over last year's Derby winner, Real Quiet, hanging on by a neck after giving up the lead to Real Quiet, comes back again on the inside and is able to win this one by a neck as the second choice. Real Quiet, the heavy 1-2 favorite with Gary Stevens checks in second. Alan's Oop and Julie Crone run third. The winner, a 5-year-old son of Lively One, owned and bred by John Franks, trained by Bobby Barnett. This was a good second last time out to Barron's in the Oaklawn Park Handicap on a very wet track. And in fact, Little Bit Lively won this race last year. So he's come back to defend his title. Didn't get much respect at the betting windows again with the presence of Real Quiet in the race, but he gets the job done here by a neck. After the race, Bob Baffert said he thought the mile distance was a little too short. I didn't realize they didn't tell him that before he shipped Real Quiet, because he knew it was a mile race when he went in. It's called the Texas Mile. You just wonder why Real Quiet showed up in this race going a mile. Obviously way too short for the Derby 10 furlong winner from last year, but he does run a good second. Maybe this race will move him forward, and we'll see him in the Pimlico Special 3 weeks from Saturday. So Real Quiet beaten again, not having the best of 1999 seasons for the Baffert barn. They covered the mile in 1:35 3/5.
Also on Sunday at Lone Star Park, they ran the Lone Star Derby. This one for 3-year-olds, going a mile and a 16th over the main track. $300,000 guaranteed purse. Let's head back to Lone Star now for the Lone Star Derby.
And they're off. Congratulate. Broke first. Toward the inside is TB Trackstar, along with the lightly raced Caledonian Colors, showing good speed toward the clubhouse turn. Jim's Mr. T is reserved down there at the rail, followed by Boss County with the orange cap running 4 wide in 5th. Desert Demon settles into stride for Julie Crone. Desert Demon is already 10 lengths in behind of Congratulate. Then on the outside is Noble Doctrine. Lexington Park is 4 wide, in turn carrying Moon Over Prospect 5 wide, heading toward the backstretch. Gary Stevens sitting still at this point on Black Mercury. They're 20 lengths behind the front runner, and Longshot Torioso is 11th and last. The opening quarter went in a quick 22-4. Congratulate is the lone speed here at Lone Star. He's paving the path past the half-mile pole. 4 furlongs to go in the Lone Star Derby. He's run a half at a wicked 45-3. Congratulate leading by 5 with TB Trackstar in second. Now gaining ground on the outside is Lexington Park. Farther out, Moon Over Prospect. Desert Demon, Julie Crone riding into retirement. Desert Demon running into 4th. Lexington Park at the rail. Moving through is Caledonian Colors. Black Mercury feeling a crack of the whip outside the quarter pole, and they're at the top of the stretch. And it's TB Trackstar who comes to grab the lead from Congratulate with a furlong to go. Desert Demon is running 3rd. Desert Demon trying to catch TB Trackstar. 16th pole, TB Trackstar. High drama for Julie Crone and Desert Demon, but it is TB Trackstar at 30-1. TB Trackstar with Eddie Martin Jr.
Well, this was supposed to be Julie Crone's swan song, her last stakes mount in her career, but unfortunately Desert Demon's late rally falls a length and a quarter short as TB Trackstar and Eddie Martin hold on at the shocking odds of 32-1 to win this one by a length and a quarter. This one was claimed by Chris Candies for his father, Kevin Candies, 3 or 4 starts back for $20,000, making his stakes debut on Sunday, stalking the early pace set by Congratulator with another long shot, 27-1, out in front, setting very fast fractions. TB Trackstar was the first to make the move, was able to take the lead and hold off the late rally by Julie's mount, Desert Demon. Congratulate hangs on for 3rd. Baffert's other 3-year-old in the race, Black Mercury with Gary Stevens, went off the even money favorite. That one checks in 4th. TB Trackstar, a Florida-bred son of Spectacular Dynasty, covers the mile and a 16th and 1:42 4/5.
Next, we're going to head out to Northern California to Golden Gate Field, where on Saturday they ran the Soviet Problem Stakes, $100,000 guaranteed purse for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares sprinting 6 furlongs. Let's head out to Northern California for Saturday's running of the Soviet Problem Stakes.
And there they go. And it's a good even beginning. Mr. Crafty is showing good speed along with Stop Traffic. Queen's Bet is also up close. Then we go to Woodman's Dancer to the far outside. Fontal between runners. Fun All Over is also there, and Shea is within 3 lengths of the early leaders. Then we go to Lady Tap, and August Queen is the early trailer. Mr. Crafty through the opening quarter, the leader. Fontal is pressuring in second. Stop Traffic is right there in third. Woodman's Dancer to the far outside, only a length from the front. Queen's Bet between runners. She is inside of Fun All Over, who has 3 lengths to make up. It's another 2.5 to Lady Tap. To her outside races August Queen. Shea is now the trailer. Opening quarter 1 and 21 and 4. And on the lead, Mr. Crafty. Fontal is right there in second. Woodman's Dancer to the far outside, and Stop Traffic behind the leaders. Turning into the stretch in the Soviet Problem handicap. Fontal, a narrow leader. Woodman's Dancer is there. Stop Traffic finds an opening along the rail. Mr. Crafty calls it a day. There goes Stop Traffic to find the front. And Stop Traffic quickly opens up on the field. Stop Traffic to win the Soviet Problem handicap.
Well, we've seen this one before. Stop Traffic, winner of the Ballerina up at Saratoga. 6 years old, still out there firing bullets. Wins this one, dominated by 3 lengths as the 9-10 favorite with Corey Black. The winner, a Kentucky-bred daughter of the late Cure de Blues, bred by the Dale Nelson and the Vinery, owned by Diamond A Racing Corporation, trained by Richard Mandela. They're just going to dominate this one, winning as they please. Woodman's Dancer, Russell Bass, gets second. Fontal, the Argentine-bred, checks in third. Stop Traffic covers the 6 furlongs up at Golden Gate in 109 2/5.
We are going to take our second break here, but when we come back, we'll bring you racing from Southern California. Very exciting racing in Southern California, including a marathon turf race and the Aqueduct Stakes action from this past weekend. Please stay with us.
As we close out the end of April, there are 5 stakes races for you to watch and wager on this weekend at any Capital OTB location. The week before the running of the 125th Kentucky Derby, Aqueduct has the Grade 3 $100,000 Cumley for 3-year-old fillies on Saturday, and the Grade 3 $200,000 Excelsior Breeders' Cup Handicap for 3-year-olds and up on Sunday. Hialeah Saturday offers the $50,000 Seminole Handicap for 3-year-olds and up, and on Sunday, the $40,000 Sheer Echo for 3-year-olds. And finally, it's opening weekend at Churchill Downs on Saturday, and they will offer the Grade 3 $100,000 Derby Trial for 3-year-olds. So enjoy all of the racing action this weekend at any Capital OTB location or in the comfort of your home with a phone-a-bet account. And remember, Kentucky Derby Day is Saturday, May 1st.
Welcome back. Next, we're going to head down to Southern California. We're on Saturday at Santa Anita. They ran the Santa Barbara Handicap. This is a Grade 2 event, $250,000 guaranteed purse for 4-year-olds and up. Fillies and mares going the marathon distance of 1.25 miles. Let's head out to California now for Trevor Denman's call of the Santa Barbara Handicap.
Heel for the Santa Barbara, sent on their way, and Arctica bounces out the gate, and Arctica immediately goes off to lead them. Virginie in the gold colour is going to show speed today, although now she is taken a hold of as Tranquility Lake comes through between horses to take over, and Lamadam goes wide into the turn first time round. See You Soon is racing in the green colours down at the rail, been followed by Midnight Line, who's racing on the outside of the pack, and at the back comes Squeak. Past the stands first time round, and Eddie Dalahousse has Tranquility Lake out here leading by just over a length. Lamadam tracking her in second. Arctica's content to race along in the third spot, and See You Soon is fourth, 5 lengths off the leader. Virginie's dropped back third last, been followed then by Squeak, and at the back is Midnight Line. They just crawled through the stretch first time round, no pace on at all. Now Tranquility Lake starts to sneak away here. She's got those ears pricked out there. She's really just cantering along on the lead, but she is opening up to get an easy lead, and Tranquility Lake clear by 4 lengths now. Lamadam is tracking in second. Then there's a big gap of 5 back to See You Soon, and Arctica's on the inside of her. Squeak in the green colours down at the rail. Up alongside is Virginie in the gold, a good 10 lengths off the leader, and then it's 2 back to Midnight Line. Past the half mile they go in the Santa Barbara, and Tranquility Lake is still clear. Tranquility Lake by 5 into the far turn. She's followed by Lamadam, Arctica down at the rails. See You Soon being sent along. On the outside, Virginie in the gold colours, and Virginie starting to pick it up now, fourth and running on. Squeak has got 9 lengths to make up, and Midnight Line picks it up from last. At the top of the lane, and Tranquility Lake, can she keep going now? She's still finding more on the lead. Virginie's coming home gamely, Midnight Line back third, but Tranquility Lake still clear. Virginie coming with a big run in second, but Tranquility Lake, the more they asked, the more she gave, and Tranquility Lake, an easy winner of the Santa Barbara.
Eddie De La Houssaye puts Tranquility Lake out on the lead, such modest early fractions, and is just able to dominate this race by 4.5 lengths over Virginie and Midnight Line. The heavy favorite, See You Soon, went off at 9 to 5 with DeSormo. She had a wide trip, wasn't able to make up any ground off the soft fractions. This is the first stakes win for Tranquility Lake, a 4-year-old daughter of Rahi, bred in Kentucky by North Central Bloodstock, owned by Mr. and Mrs. Marty Wygood, trained here by Julio Canani. She's going to cover the 1.25 miles on firm turf, 2 minutes and 1 second.
Also on the card at Santa Anita on Saturday, the Grade 3 San Simeon Handicap, $100,000 added here. 4-year-olds and up, this time sprinting 6.5 furlongs on the turf course. Let's head back out to Southern California once more for Trevor Denman's call.
Bodyguard wrestler. Oh, where they go. Scooter Brown fast from the inside gate, and Scooter Brown takes the early lead. Surukai's getting up second, and Ninja in the pink cap is right there. Expressionist on the outside now moving up to take that second spot. Then we come back to Indian Rocket settling down in the 5th position. Fabulous Guy moves up on his inside, and Bodyguard is last, 8 off these leaders. They head to the half-mile, and Scooter Brown flying along on the lead, as at 1.5 lengths to Surukai. Expressionist on the outside of him. Ninja racing in 4th, 4 lengths off the leaders. Indian Rocket has 5 to make up. Then comes Fabulous Guy, and Bodyguard begins to make some ground on their outside. 8 lengths would cover this whole field. They come into the top of the lane, and Scooter Brown going on with it. Scooter Brown finds more on the lead. Expressionist second, Surukai Ninja. Bodyguard is next. Indian Rocket still back second last, and then Fabulous Guy. Top of the lane now, and Expressionist bursts out to tackle Scooter Brown. Ninja in the pink cap between them. Scooter Brown at the rail, Expressionist on the outside, Ninja between them. Fabulous Guy getting involved late with Indian Rocket, extreme outside. Ninja, Expressionist, Indian Rocket, Ninja wins.
Ninja and Chris McCarron win this one by a neck in an exciting 3-horse finish over Expressionist and Gary Stevens. Indian Rocket and DeSormo rally late for third. The winner, a 6-year-old gelded son of Ali Sheba, is going to cover the 6.5 furlongs in 1:13 1/5.
Highlighting Sunday's card, the San Juan Capistrano. This race, a marathon 1 3/4 race. This is the longest race that we've got going really in this country now. Grade 1 event, $400,000 added. This is for 4-year-olds and up. Let's head out to California once more for Trevor Denman's call of the Grade 1 San Juan Capistrano.
Heels sent on their journey in the San Juan. Lapayard missed the break and lost about 2 lengths. Lazy Load is quickest into stride and takes the early lead. Getting up second comes Single Empire. Montjoy has the white blinkers on the inside as they go a decent pace for this distance. Dushantur is quite content to settle down in the 4th spot. Lucayan Indian is pulling pretty hard in the red cap on the outside as he races up a joint 4th. Fibonacci's taken back today. Fibonacci's 7 lengths off the leaders. Percutant is pretty keen to go on the inside of him. And Kesem Power and Lapayard quite content to take their time early on. They're a good 13 lengths off this leader. Down the hill as they come to the top of the stretch first time round, and it's Lazy Load taking them along in the San Juan. Lazy Load, oh, the rider's foot just came out the stirrup here on Lazy Load. Looks like he's got it back in though. He just took a bad step for a moment at Lazy Load, and he's dropped back a little. That has allowed Montjoy to pick up the running though. Lazy Load still racing a little erratically in second. Now he's starting to settle down. Moving up on the outside of Lazy Load now comes Single Empire, who's raced up a joint second. Dushantur is down at the rail, and Lucayan Indian in the red colours in mid-pack, being followed by Fibonacci and Percutant. Kesem Power and Lapayard the last pair.
Coming under the wire first time round, and Montjoy has taken a hold of that bit, and he's sprinted away now. Montjoy going real fast. He's opened up about a 7-length lead out here. Lazy Load's not worried about him, though, just going to let him go on with it, and Montjoy is raced up on the outside of that. Lucayan Indian is racing along in the 4th spot, and Dushan Tour scrapes paint in 5th. Then we come back to Fibonacci, who's back 4th last. Percutante still 3rd last. La Payade is at the back, and Kesem Power, been very patiently ridden, quite content to just amble along. He's only about 7 lengths off the 2nd horse. As they run past the 5/8 pole now, and Montjoy is slowing down up front. He's only clear by 4. Lazy Load is making steady progress in the 2nd spot, and then back to Single Empire in 3rd. Dushan Tour at the rail is now 7 lengths off the leaders, then Lucayan Indian. Kesem Power now starting to unwind. He's at the rail. He needs somewhere to run, but Kesem Power's picking it up. Nowhere to go, though. Fibonacci, La Payade makes a big run, and there goes La Payade in the blue colours on the outside. He's 4th and coming powerfully. Coming to the top of the lane in the San Juan, and Montjoy's in big trouble now. Hitting the front to Single Empire. La Payade in the blue, a huge run on the grandstand side. Kesem Power had a horrendous trip. Nowhere to go. He's last. Coming for home, and it's Single Empire and La Payade. Single Empire digs deep. He finds more. La Payade a neck back, but he can't go with Single Empire. And Single Empire and Kentosomo win the San Juan. La Payade.
Neil Drysdale not taking any chances and trying to win his first San Juan Capistrano. Goes with a 2-pronged entry of Single Empire and La Payade. They're going to run 1-2 here. Bit of an odd race coming out of the downhill chute when Corey Nakatani lost his irons on Lazy Load, suddenly given the lead to Montjoy, who opened up the big lead as you saw. Fractions weren't terribly fast, even though this is a 1 3/4 event. Usually they go a little faster in this race. Montjoy was able to lead for a long time, but you knew his number was up when DeSormo pressed the button on Single Empire. The response was right there, and he's going to win this one by 1.25 lengths over his uncoupled entry mate La Payade and Alex Solis. Lucayan Indian checks in 3rd. By the way, all 3 finishes Irish bred, so it shows you how little stamina is left in American pedigrees when the 3 foreign breds, in this case, run 1, 2, 3. The winner, a son of Chris, bred in Ireland, is a 5-year-old, bred by the Swettenham stud, owned by Robert Sangster and Gary Tanaka, trained by Neil Drysdale. They're going to cover the about 1 3/4 in 2:45 4/5 of a second.
Also on Sunday, at Santa Anita Park, the Grade 3 Las Ciénegas Handicap. This is for 4-year-olds and up, going 6.5 furlongs on the turf course. It's fillies and mares with a $100,000 added purse. Let's head back out to California for Trevor Denman's call.
Oh, what a go. Desert Lady broke fast from the outside gate, but doesn't want to go to the lead. Hula Queen is taking over. Hula Queen leads Bella Chiara. As for Speed comes through at the rail now to take that 2nd spot, and Fleeting Image races 4th. Desert Lady content to race 5th, only 3 lengths off the leaders. Happy and You Know It is racing back 2nd last, and Sapphire Ring 7 off the leaders. They head to the half-mile, and Hula Queen goes clear 1.5 lengths. As for Speed is 2nd, Bella Chiara's 3rd. Fleeting Image making headway at the rail is 4 lengths off the leaders. Then back to Desert Lady, who's followed by Sapphire Ring, got 7 lengths to make up from there. And outside of that is Happy and You Know It. They come into the top of the lane, and Hula Queen taking them along by 2 lengths. As for Speed is 2nd. Happy and You Know It going wide, but coming with an early run now. And Desert Lady in the white cap moving smartly as well. Sapphire Ring is cornered wide too. Homeward bound Hula Queen, but here comes Desert Lady now on the extreme outside. Happy and You Know It. Desert Lady, Hula Queen running a huge one. Happy and You Know It just not doing enough in 3rd. Hula Queen, Desert Lady. Desert Lady just inching her out with 30 to go. They run to the wire, and Desert Lady
Thankfully, new owner Frank Stronach has announced that he's not going to get rid of the downhill turf course at Santa Anita. And after watching the last couple of races here, you can see why. These are very exciting races. Desert Lady, Corey Nakatani, this is the Thoroughbred Corporation, now trained by Richard Mandela. She's 3 for 4 in downhill sprints on this turf course. She's going to win this by a head, running down a very game. Hula Queen by a head. Bella Chiara checks in 3rd. The winner, a 4-year-old daughter of Dane Hill, bred in Ireland, once again another Irish bred, owned by the Thoroughbred Corporation, trained by Richard Mandela, covers the 6.5 furlongs in 1:13 2/5.
Next, we are going to head back to New York, where on Saturday the featured event was the Bed of Roses Breeders' Cup Handicap. This is a Grade 3 event for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. They're going for a $150,000 added purse. The distance is 1 mile. Let's head down to New York now for Tom Durkin's call of the Bed of Roses.
And they're off. Foil breaks well, and so too does Katinka, and License Fee is in between them. As they move up the chute, Katinka's well out into the track. License Fee comes on through in between horses. Foil took a little bit of an awkward step there as they were moving up the chute, but has recovered now, and it's Foil coming up and after the lead. Foil's now in front by a head, and a bit of restraint there by Jean-Luc Samin. The leader in front by a head over License Fee, second by 2.5, Katinka third, and then it's Diggins. To her inside it's Furlow. Mudslinger trails the field. She's about 7 lengths from front running Foil. The opening quarter went in 23 seconds flat. Foil in front. It's really only mild pressure from License Fee. 3 lengths back, and unhurried Katinka runs along in third. Furlow is still unhurried in 4th position as they pass the half-mile pole. Diggins is asked for a bit more by John Velasquez. 6 lengths back to Mudslinger, who's working hard to stay within contact of the field. The opening half mile went in 45 2, and now they're picking the tempo up. It is Foil by a head, License Fee second. Katinka looms large, third on the outside. Diggins is fourth. Then it's a Furlow running in fifth. Mudslinger under the whip outside the quarter pole. The field turns for home. License Fee, Foil, and Katinka headlong past the 3/16 pole. Foil fighting on well at the rail. Katinka kicks in at the 8th pole. It is Katinka in front. Foil and License Fee. 5 lengths back to Mudslinger. Final 16th. And it is Katinka. Katinka drawing away under a hustling ride by Richard Migliori to win it by 2 on the wire. It's a very tight photo for second.
Well, she was beaten by Passeggiata in the Barbara Fritchie 2 starts back. Last time out, Katinka run down by Furlow, but last Saturday not taking any chances. Katinka, Richard Migliori sitting third early, pulls out around the turn, draws off to win this one by 2 1/4 lengths, and very good time as the 4-5 favorite. The winner, a daughter of Stormcat, bred in Kentucky by Mary Lou Whitney, owned by Robert Waxman, trained by Johnny Kimmel. They're going to win this one in a dominant performance, setting up some interesting races down the road here, because Katinka's best seems to be a mile. We'll see if they go on to the Shoe V and the Hempstead. Foil gets up for second in a very tight photo over License Fee. Final time for the Bed of Roses, 1:34 4/5.
New York breds were featured on Sunday. First, the Times Square Stakes. This is an event restricted to New York sired horses, actually, not necessarily bred in New York, but they do have to be the offspring of stallions standing in New York. This is a $100,000 added event for 3-year-olds, going 1 mile. The Times Square for the males. The later division will be run for fillies. Let's head down now for Tom Durkin's call of the Times Square.
And they're off. Stage Run and Olive Flew, and Shutout Time on the outside. Shutout Time heading for the early lead. Stage Run is running in second, and Olive Flew is reined in to run in third. Courageous Comet is running toward the outside and coming on through between horses, and Windswept Blues is the trailer as the big favorite Shutout Time leads the field through the first furlong, and he cruised through the first furlong in 24 1/5 seconds. Shutout Time in front. On the inside, Stage Run second ahead, Courageous Comet third. Then it's Windswept Blues in a bit of traffic running in 4th position. Olive Flew is the 5th of 5, only 3.5 lengths from the front running favorite Shutout Time, who is in command as they move down the backstretch. Shutout Time just cruising along as they move past the half-mile pole. The field moving for the far turn. The half goes in 47 3/5 seconds. Shutout Time lets it out a notch there by a length and a half. Courageous Comet is asked for run as they move toward the quarter pole. Windswept Blues is third and Olive Flew is fourth. Stage Run is tailed off to trail the field. Coming to the quarter pole now, Shutout Time and Joe Bravo head for home. Joe Bravo just motionless aboard shutout time, who's out for a public workout here, leading by 4 or 5 lengths as they come to the 8th pole. Then Courageous Comet, Olive Flue is driving through on the inside. In the final furlong, and shutout time ridden with supreme confidence by Joe Bravo, and 5 lengths back to Olive Flue. They're coming down to the finish, and shutout time never drew a strong breath there. He won by 4 lengths.
Well, the public bet all the money they could find on shutout time, and they were right. 3-10 favorite, holding on, winning easily by 4.5 lengths over Olive Flue. Courageous Comet, who made a nice run on a turn, unfortunately fades for third. The winner, a gelded 3-year-old son of Cormorant, bred by Dr. Jerry Belinsky over in Columbia County, owned by Ronald Schmidt, trained by Michael Grom. Shutout time won a division of the New York Stallion Series last fall when these races were going 6 furlongs. Now he's going to get the mile in 1:36 3/5.
Also on Sunday, the Park Avenue Stakes. This is the filly division of the New York Stallion Series events that are going on now in New York. $100,000 added. Fillies, 3-year-olds going 1 mile on the Aqueduct main track. Let's head back down to Tom Durkin's call.
They're in the gate, and they're off. Double Entendre gets off to a good beginning. Winlock's Glorious is there. Cuddy Girl on the far outside is Veiled Promises. So as they move up the chute, it's Cuddy Girl for a short lead. Winlock's Glorious is there, so too Double Entendre. Veiled Promises on the far outside. Anthony and Thunder are close to the pace 5th and behind the front running 4. That one's followed closely by Sheila Rose and EJ's Laura to the inside. A break of 6 to Smooth and Jazzy, and another 4 or 5 lengths back to Lap Kitty, who's loping along in the early stages, at least 12 lengths from the leader, who is Cuddy Girl, who runs an opening quarter in 23 flat. Cuddy Girl in front. Winlock's Glorious coming on to Challenger now as they move past the half-mile pole. On the outside is Veiled Promises running in 3rd. In behind horses, Anthony and Thunder, who had to steady just a bit in traffic. Anthony and Thunder is ready to roll, running 4th as they move into the far turn. Following that one, it's Double Entendre after a half and 46 1/5 seconds. 3 furlongs from the wire. It's Winlock's Glorious now in front by a head. Cuddy Girl has dropped out of it. Winlock's Glorious, a short lead. On the outside is Veiled Promises. Anthony and Thunder right there and behind the lead. Sheila Rose is picking up the leaders on the outside. Just in behind the front runners, it's Double Entendre on the far outside. Smooth and Jazzy at the top of the stretch now. Winlock's Glorious. Here's Veiled Promises. Here's Sheila Rose on the far outside. At the rail, Anthony and Thunder. Winlock's Glorious still has a lead with a furlong to go. Anthony and Thunder is coming up the fence. Sheila Rose coming relentlessly on the outside. Veiled Promises is 4th. A late run from Double Entendre. Winlock's Glorious. Sheila Rose charging on the far outside. Anthony and Thunder at the rail. Photo finish.
Bit of an upset here with Winlock's Glorious, game winner in the middle. Sheila Rose on the outside, Anthony and Thunder on the outside, not able to get by. Winlock's Glorious hanging on by a nose with Sean Bridgman. Terrific ride by Sean here. Sheila Rose 2nd with Cornelio Velasquez. Anthony and Thunder, part of the favorite entry from Carlos Martin, checks in 3rd at 7 to 5. The winner, a daughter of Angie's, owned by the Scriptar Farm, trained by Mike Maselli, covers the mile in 1:38 1/5.
So we're looking forward to seeing everyone back next week for Horses and Courses. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Jean Laggett for Dick Powell. We'll see everyone next week.